it's Shelby, and I'm here with something new for you today. But first, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do it now. I'll wait for you. Alright, thank you for doing that. It means a lot. Moving on. I have been stewing on this episode for a while now. I, tend to run a lot, and when I'm running, fun ideas come to mind. And this idea is called the Captain's Log. So the Captain's Log is going to be a series of vlogs keeping you posted on where I'm traveling, how my training's going, what I'm training for, and just really working on getting better at talking to a camera, talking in general. I mean, I love to talk, but it's different when you're doing it in a journal-like fashion. And for me, journaling is something that I've always loved to do. I enjoy just like the art of handwriting. I love writing. But I want to share what I'm up to, and this is how we're going to do it. And it's a little bit challenging and out of my comfort zone, but I like to run 200 plus miles, so what's challenging out of my comfort zone? Push right through that shit. So I've actually been recording myself periodically for a little while now, since we moved into our van full time, which was almost exactly 3 months ago. So let's rewind time and look at some of those messages that I've captured thus far.
Fourth trip.
Yeah, fourth trip to Goodwill. It's hard to let go of things. I had a lot of random little things that I've collected over the years. Stickers, for one. But don't worry, I'm shipping those home. Okay, it's not as bad as my mom, who sent rocks home from Ventura.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool. My mom has a great rock collection, so, guess that's where I get it from. But what's crazy is I don't think I really have that much stuff. I really don't. We just accumulate a lot of stuff as humans. Like, it's crazy. Like, we live in the smallest apartments that we've ever lived in, and yet we somehow have all of this stuff that we hardly ever look at.
And it's like a bunch of little stuff. Like, stuff you wouldn't think takes up a lot of space, but the whole living room was just, like, full of stuff. Like, little shit. Like, so much stuff we could just toss in the trash can without even thinking about it. I feel good.
But then what's interesting is I think about it, and you're really good at not thinking about it.
I have 3 t-shirts, 3 pair of pants, 1 pair of casual shorts, 3 pair of running shorts, 3 bibs, 2 mountain bike shorts, 3 jerseys,
I get it.
1 jacket.
Like,
I mean, it's done. That's it.
A little bit of each, basically.
4 pair of shoes.
Yeah.
That's really it. I have 2 tote boxes full of my clothes. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of some more stuff. But it's gonna be sweet once we're in there and everything has a place, and there's space for it, and there's space for us, and there's space for the cats.
It's gonna feel so good.
Yeah. It's way past midnight, but we did it. We cleaned up the apartment. It's crazy. We're doing it. We're on our way to Anytime Fitness, joining a gym. Time to get strong. So a big part of being successful on the long trail is going to be strength training. I've had this repeated ankle roll injury, and honestly, it's just lack of weights. So time to fine tune and also take advantage of their showers. What up? It is February 24th, 2023. I finished Black Canyon 100K last weekend. I'm in Redondo Beach right now. It's been an excellent recovery week. Black Canyon did not go exactly how I wanted it to. I would have loved to show up to that line a little bit stronger and fiercer, to compete at the level that I know I can compete at. But yeah, great launching off point because we're about to get real strong. Jason and I have been going to Anytime Fitness for the last 2.5 weeks now. Very exciting to have a strength training routine kicking back up. And yeah, look where I am. I can't complain. Let the journey continue. Yo, so it is March 15th, and this is one of my last runs with Adidas Runners LA. Kind of crazy. I'm at the normal 6:30 a.m. Wednesday trail run at Westridge, one of my favorite trails. I have the course record for the out and back. I was hoping to take some time off of it before I left LA, but I don't know if there's gonna be time. The weeks, days had been flying by, which I told myself I wouldn't say that because I need to learn that 24 hours is 24 hours and just accept that this is how time works. But time is moving fast, and I'm really glad I could make it out here. I was a little late this morning. It's hard. We've been full-time van life now for about a month and a half, so it's like kind of feeling like I'm living in two worlds. We still have the Subaru, probably selling it today. And then it's really, really van life. No of this half-ass thing with a car on the side getting places. So things are happening. But I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this run. And this is very unusual weather for Southern California, but not unusual for the long trail, so just get after it. Saying goodbye to my Subaru. This is the next step, man. This is the next step. Bye. Yo. It is March 29th, 2023, and I am in Death Valley, California, chilling in the van right now, getting some work done. It's super windy outside. We had a sand bath of a 17-mile run last night, which was actually awesome, but you know, sand in your teeth, awesome. Wouldn't expect anything else from the desert. So how did we end up in Death Valley? Well, we were out crewing and pacing for the Speed Project, a 300-mile run from the Santa Monica Pier to Las Vegas, an event that I did last year. So it was time to return the favor and do some crewing and pacing. It was really cool to be on the other side of that this year, and great teamwork with Jason. Probably we could call it practice for what's to come on the long trail this summer. And other than that, I've been working hard on getting brands and a film crew lined up, starting to get stressed out, as you can see by the acne on my face. Yay for being 32 and still breaking out regularly. Woo. There could be worse things. There really could be worse things. But yeah, in other news, I've also decided to start to work with a coach. This is something I've been super reluctant to do. I like coaching myself, but I found the right person for the job, and it's kicking off with VO2 testing on Friday. I have never been scientific or really even that strategic in my training, so this is a huge step, and if there's a time to do it, it's now. So yeah, things are in motion. It's happening. And I need to just keep reminding myself that it's happening and keep digging deep for the confidence needed to persevere on this one, because it is a big undertaking, and there's still a lot of pieces that need to fall into place. So here we go. Thanks for following the adventure. What up? It is April 1st. And I'm currently waiting for Jason to cross a little river on some private property that we found and are running on in Ojai. It's like ridiculously beautiful out here. So green. This is a really great week. I feel like I had a lot of little reassurances from the universe, good friends, that I'm on the right track and I need to be patient. And a training plan is coming together. More on that later. But I'm accepting help from others, which is not necessarily new, but at least with running and coaching, it is. And yeah, it's just like becoming apparent that this is a really big goal, and if I want to be successful at it, I need to take myself and the training seriously. So we're 4 months out from the FKT attempt, and it's just, okay, keep going. I know I keep saying that, but that is kind of the mantra. Keep going. All right. I don't know where Jason is. He must have walked half a mile down the river to find some rocks to cross it on and not get his feet wet, but my feet are almost dry already waiting for him. So I'm lucky. I'm super, super lucky to have a partner willing to train an adventure. I wouldn't have it any other way. I think you gotta wed somebody who you can be good friends with and trust and work together, and just be on the same page at least 95% of the time. Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil.
Dry feet.
So where I want to end on is my last vlog that I made. And the last one that I made, I feel like really just hit something inside. So for it to make sense before I put it on here, let me give you a background of what I'm training for and part of why I'm training for it. Obviously I gotta train for it, but why I'm motivated to do this challenge in the first place. So, my next mission is the Long Trail fastest known time. The Long Trail is the oldest trail in America. It's 273 miles long, 66,000 feet of vert, and it goes all the way up through the state of Vermont. I will start at the Canadian border and finish at the Massachusetts border. This trail intrigues me because it's the first trail I ever trail ran on. I met my husband at Stowe, Vermont, awesome ski resort on Mount Mansfield, the tallest peak of the trail. Literally met on the mountain. And kind of the deepest cut for me is the first big peak I will cross, J Peak, is where I was when I found out that my father died. I was 19 years old and I was in college at St. Michael's College. I was skiing with a boyfriend and his family right before going home for spring break. So it was like, December 19th, day before my mom's birthday, right before Christmas. And I finally get service in the parking lot of J Peak, and I have this crazy message from my mom. I can tell something's wrong. I assumed the dog had died, but that was not the case. My father died really suddenly from what they think is a pulmonary embolism, but I don't know. Lots of mysteries. And from there, I say that like there's some crazy murder mystery that happened around it. No, there wasn't, but maybe. I don't know. That's the thing with death. These things happen and then you don't really talk about it. You formulate weird ideas in your head and you don't talk about it. And so after that happened, I went home, funeral, the whole thing, which nobody wants to deal with ever, but as a 19-year-old with a mother and 11-year-old sister, it was just pretty grim. My mom and I described it as the chapter titled "This Just Sucks." And right after that, I went back to college in Vermont and I went into robot mode. I got straight A's and just had a lot of fun where I could find it, worked hard, and didn't talk about what had just happened to me. And that seemed like the right thing to do at the time. We do what we need to survive and persevere. We do that when we're ultra running too. But what started to freak me out is I started to not really remember much from my time with my dad. And I think that's because you gotta talk about it. You need to, even journaling about it would have helped, but I didn't journal about that. I journaled about, like, boys and my husband, and now he's my husband, so yay, journaling. No, so this mission for me is not only about summiting the 53 peaks that I will summit on the long trail, roughly. This mission is about figuring out how to talk about the things that we bury deep inside of us. And for me, that is the death of a parent. And I know that I'm not alone in losing a parent. And I know that I'm not alone in not talking about it. So let's start talking about it. The crazy thing is, after I recorded this next clip that you're about to see and started to verbalize memories that I have about my childhood with my dad, more memories started to come, like really random ones. And so as I continue this YouTube channel and training for the Long Trail Fastest Known Time, my goal is to do a little vlog and document a memory, verbally speaking it, not just me writing it down, and share it with all of you. So that's happening. I realized I say, so that's what we're gonna do, kind of a lot. Maybe I'll just keep saying it, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So thank you for listening. What up? Shelby checking in. It's April 18th, 2023, and I am at Silver Mountain in Ventura, California. The flowers have been a show, and for the first time ever I have allergies, which is crazy, but interesting because my dad had really bad allergies. Sorry, I inhaled a bug earlier. My dad had really bad allergies, and this whole like runny nose thing that I'm experiencing reminds me a lot of him, which is great. All right, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so a part of this Long Trail FKT project is memories, and I think that if you don't talk about and recall memories, you lose them, and that's a really shitty thing to acknowledge, especially when referring to memories of somebody who is no longer on the planet Earth. So I want to make a goal every week leading up to the Long Trail to record, because I can write holy fuck, big snake. I feel like that snake just ate that bird's friend. It's about to eat that bird. That bird's about to get fucking eaten. That is a rattlesnake. Ugh. Alright. I'm gonna try again. I'm really glad I saw the snake and didn't just walk on top of it. Because then it'd be my memories that we'd be talking about. No, I don't think I could die from a rattlesnake. I don't know, that was a big fucking snake. Okay, so goal is to to record me saying a memory about my dad. And so the one that I've been thinking of a lot lately because of the whole allergy thing is he always carried a handkerchief and he folded it perfectly in like this perfect square, and it was kind of like a fortune cookie the way he used it, but not really, but yes, it was, because he could like, I think he blew his nose in like different sections of it, and this is like a weird memory to have of your father, but he had really bad allergies. Like, he had a deviated septum, so they fixed it, and I think that helped, but no, he like depended on his handkerchiefs. And so for the last couple of weeks, I've really depended on a handkerchief as well. I've been using my turtle fur tubes and then like washing them every other day with some nice pepperminty dish soap, and they dry fast, which is great. But yeah, that's my memory. And I think it's also particularly funny because my mom loves flowers, and my tattoo has flowers because of my mother. It's another story. But if my dad was allergic to pollen from flowers, and my mom kept bringing flowers in the house and planting them all over the yard, like, that probably didn't help his whole allergy situation. So I found that to be a really funny run thought this week, and thank you for letting me share, because like I said, I don't know, it's just when somebody dies, you're like, can't talk about it because it's sad because they're dead, and then you don't talk about it, and then you forget the memories. So this is what I would like to try to do with my training and yeah, this whole goal. So we'll get deeper into it, but these are my thoughts for now. Thank you for tolerating the bug in the throat and the giant snake break. Captain's log, Earth date, April 27th, 2023. SHELBZZF here, reporting from Faria Beach Park. What is really epic about this particular spot is almost 5 years ago, it is where our Southern California journey began. So my husband and I, Jason, met in Vermont, and we road tripped all the way through the country in a Subaru with a really garbage Walmart tent and our cat, and we ended up landing here, like this here, right here. We camped here for a week and found an apartment in Ventura, and then we lived in Southern California for 5 years, eventually moving to Los Angeles at the height of the pandemic. That was wild. Redondo Beach specifically, so it was still a happy bubble, but SoCal nonetheless. And today marks me leaving Southern California, which hurts to say out loud. It's been such an epic journey here. We have explored so many trails. I became obsessed with the Backbone Trail, 68 miles long through the Santa Monica Mountains, and ran it a lot, and sections of it a lot. And I really found a love for trail running out in Southern California. It's just, it's like nothing, you could ever imagine, honestly. It's a beach day on trails. It's just buffed out, beautiful trails and sun, although today is a little gloomy. June gloom is a thing in SoCal. It's not June yet, but sometimes it comes early. Yeah, so that's what's going on. We are leaving Southern California today. We are headed to Arizona to pace Sally McRae at Cocodona 250. It'll be her first attempt at a distance this far, and I know she's absolutely going to crush it, no doubt in my mind. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to go out there and work with such a talented athlete side by side with my husband, who has crewed and paced me so much over the last couple of years. And yeah, journey starts now. Well, just kidding. Actually, the journey's been going for a long time, but this chapter is a big one. And that is part one of the captain's log. it spanned through about 3 months of time. So don't worry, the next one won't be quite as lengthy. I'm hoping to keep these going regularly. If you got excited about this journey that I'm on, that's awesome. Make sure you subscribe so you can keep following it along. And yeah, made it to Arizona. Probably gonna film for this week's episode. Cocodona 250 starts tomorrow. It's gonna be a wild ride.